Hello everyone and welcome back to Project Renovation, the series where I try my best to bring this car back up to its best. So far in this little series you've seen me get the car mobile again by actually getting it started after letting it sit up for about 6 months due to certain reasons in the world. You've also seen me working on the brakes to get them all fixed up so it's actually safe to drive on the road again, which obviously was one of the main reasons why it was sat up for so long, as well as the, the world events. But also you've seen me preparing the car for an MOT and getting it through, and that now means that it is all safe and all good to drive on the road again, which is absolutely fantastic. For those of you who aren't familiar with a MOT, go and check out the other videos I've done on MOTs, links just up there somewhere, probably also down in the description below as well. But in this particular video we're not doing anything massive to the car, unlike sorting brakes and things like that. No. In this particular video we're doing a couple of little jobs, a little bit of housekeeping on the car just to sort of tidy up a little bit on the interior. So rather like the Mad Hatter, I've decided to suddenly change places and we're now at the back of the car. And the way these little seat covers are held on, ignore all the dust and dirt and rubbish that's underneath the rear seat. The way these little covers are held on are with these elasticy sort of straps. And the way those are sort of held on as well are by using these little hooks that were supplied with the kit when it was brand new. These came from Halfords at the time, RS Rip Speed I believe they're called. But they seem to have worked for the past few years, so I don't see anything wrong with them. But all I need to do to take them off is just unhook these and yeah, just pull them off and that should be all good. I'm only going to show you a quick sort of time lapse of how, or quick sped up footage even of how I've taken this one off, because it's pretty much the same for all of the seats. Evidently I ran out of hooks on this one because this is tied up in a bit of a knot. Oh well, come back to that one. I've established the knot on this one is a little bit too tight and can't really be undone that easily, so what I'm going to do is just grab a pair of scissors. Back in a mo. Easy peasy. I will say, helpfully, a bit like a Citroen 2CV, you can actually lift the rear seat of this out fully, like so. That is rather handy when you've put the hooks around the base points on this as extra security. And there we have it, one seat cover is removed from a seat. Now just quite a few more to do. The seat covers are now all off of the seats, and you have to say they actually look in pretty good condition. Although you can definitely feel the height difference between having the covers on and obviously not having them on. But I think now with all the dust and grime that's sort of collected in the last few years, it's time to give the car a bit of a hoover out. Right, hello, checking the mic. Hello, right. For some reason it's not working properly anymore. I walk like an old man now. Right, so in the back here we have got a couple of little marks, but overall it's not too bad considering this car was in daily use for 22 years. I have to say, I've just tried some of this stuff, Demon Fabric by Carplan, on this side of the seat, and so far it's done a pretty good job. You might be able to see the little bits that I have done so far and bits that I haven't done, probably because the bits I have done look a little bit wetter. But on this side there's a little bit of a mark, so what we're just going to do, it is open, spray it on, wait for a moment, Just let it soak in for a moment, you know, all that good stuff. And then just pour away at it. I have to say it's doing a very good job, this stuff. And look, that's the dirt that's come out of the seat already. What I'm going to do now is just continue with this off camera, and you're going to see the very next thing. Because I'm an avid fan of other car YouTubing channels, I do watch Laurie's Mechanical Marvels, and on that particular channel, one of the guys on there, Trev, I believe, used one of these, a Maguire sort of car air freshener, but it does the whole car supposedly. The scent I've got here is a Fiji Sunset. Now, I have to say off the top of my head, I can't say I would know what a Fiji Sunset smells like. Could maybe ask Dave Lister of the mining ship Red Dwarf when he eventually one day gets there, but who knows. For all we know, Fiji may well have an actual sunset smell, but from the top of my head, can't really smell anything in the minute. But then again, it is inside this kind of little grenade-y type thing. But supposedly what you're meant to do is have the engine running, which is why I've got the engine running at the minute. Then you put the fan onto recirculate and set this off and run away for about 15 minutes. So yeah, it is literally a grenade. You push down that and it starts spraying everywhere. Supposedly you're meant to have it somewhere in the middle of your car. Luckily for me, the exhaust tunnel is just down here, and it's quite a flat little base in this car for that to sit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in there. Just double check the instructions though before I do this. So remove smells, recirculate air, set off, run away, hide somewhere basically. So this could be quite exciting. So let's just chuck this out of the car, put the fan onto full recirculation. Oof, ow. I've got dust in my eyes. Jeez, right. It doesn't say any particular temperature, it just says put it on. And so, if what we do, oh god, chuck that out as well, put that down there, obviously don't look straight over it. Oh jeez. Get out of the car. Close the door. Actually, it would help if the window were up, wouldn't it? And there we go, we leave it for about 15 minutes to work its magic. Luckily for you guys, I've got the DJI set up inside the car, which isn't going to pass out from this little grenade thing, so that will record all the action. Not that it's particularly exciting. While you wait 15 minutes for your Maguire scent grenade to finish dispersing the smells of an island sunset around the interior of your car, there are many things you could do to pass the time. You can read your favourite magazine and have a look at potential new mods for your car. You can watch your favourite YouTubers with updates on their vehicles and see what they've been up to. You can set about repairs or mods on other vehicles, if you have any. Or if you're like me and are a bit childish, you can mess about on your old scooter. What? All the F1 drivers do this down the pit lane, you know. The potential list of things to do whilst you wait is endless. I've just moved the car back around to its usual spot on the driveway, and I have to say the Maguire's Fiji Sunset little scent grenade thing, it's actually done quite a good job in here. It certainly smells a lot fresher, but I will say as a whole the impression I get from it is it's not a permanent scent solution. It is meant basically just for a temporary sort of smell, but as a temporary smell so far, it's done a very good job. It smells very vanilla-y, very coconutty, as it were. So if you happen to live in Fiji, let me know in the comments. Do your sunsets smell of coconut and vanilla? I'm dying to find out. But the thing is, with the little scent grenade, because obviously you have to have your little fan heater on, whatever you want to call it, basically it sucks it all through and comes out. So every time you turn your fan on, it actually, obviously, it sends the scent out and it keeps it smelling nice and fresh, which is quite nice. But obviously, it's not a permanent solution. Probably the best way of doing that would be have your seats properly cleaned via, I don't know, a wet vacuum or steam clean or something like that. That would definitely be the way to go in terms of a full-on proper deep clean that's going to get rid of the majority of horrible smells from them. In this car's case, it smelled quite of dog, but I think most of that was actually on the seat covers, so they're doing their job. I will say on that note with the seat covers, the seats underneath them are actually in pretty good condition. In terms of Renault Méganes, they tend to suffer from sun damage, but because this car's been kept mostly in the garage and under, it's been underneath the seat covers, it's actually survived pretty well. The stitching's all there. It looks good. Just thinking I might just keep it out like this for a little while, just let the seats breathe a little bit, and just maybe put the covers back on later on when this starts going out again a bit more, because of course still at the minute we are still sort of in lockdowny sort of world, so yeah, it's not going out as much as it maybe otherwise would be. Although I do have a job, but yeah, I'm not travelling that far in it at the minute, so yeah. It's pretty good in here, but I think overall it needs a deeper clean than something like that little scent grenade would offer. In terms of this small interior scent update, upgrade, whatever you may want to call it, I think that is mainly going to be it. We've achieved what we wanted to achieve for this today. We got the seat covers off. We gave the seats a little bit of a clean in their worst spots. Most of this in here is actually sort of dust rather than staining, so yeah, you can see it on camera. Most of that is just dust, but we got the worst of the actual, well, the worst of it all out, really. So I'm pretty pleased with today's progress. And the little scent grenade, it was just a bit of an experiment just to see how it would work, and it's done an overall a good job. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. This has been Project Renovation Part 4. So I will see you in the very next video next week. So until then, farewell.